You're being lied to when people say that buying and selling sports cards are dead. Because in the last 30 days, I've bought over $525,000 in sports cards. That's why in this video, I'm breaking down the real reason why you should start buying and selling sports cards too. I'll be sharing the market data no one else is talking about, why it's the easiest side hustle to profit from, and I'll show you how you can flip them to make a consistent income. The fact that people think buying and selling sports cards doesn't work opens up the floodgates of crazy opportunity that people like myself and others are able to capitalize on. And this is why right now is the best time to take advantage of this. But before we get into the data, I want to be clear about one thing. I do not talk about things I have not personally done myself for an extended period of time. So let's get into the data so I can prove to you that buying and selling sports cards still works. Let's get into it. Okay. So the sports card market is growing on average 12% every single year in the past 5 years, and it's expected within by 2032 to be a $72 billion market. Why is that important? Because if you're going to put your money into something or time into something, you want to choose something with the wind at your back, right? For example, the newspaper business goes down 25% every single year. So if you could choose where to put your time and effort into, you want to choose something where there's momentum going in the positive direction, not the negative direction, right? It's probably a bad idea to start a magazine or newspaper just because that's not where people are getting their information from nowadays, and it's going down every single year. Meanwhile, sports cards are going up every single year. And to kind of put that into a bigger perspective, PSA, if you guys don't know what PSA is, it's one of the biggest grading companies. In 2020, it graded 12 million cards, okay, in 2020. In 2022, or excuse me, and today, this year in 2025, it's expected to grade a total of $22 million. Or, excuse me, let me go back on that. So, PSA in 2020 graded 12 million cards. In 2025, they're going to end the year grading about 22 million cards. What that says the market has doubled or just about in only 5 years. That's insane. So, the point I'm trying to make is put your money into something where there's momentum behind it. And one more tremendous example of this, and this one kind of hits home for me. So, the first sports card show I ever went to was the Atlantic City National Card Show. I believe the year was 2016. Okay. There was about 400 to 500 tables there, and it was small. There were no sponsorships. It was just people walking around buying and selling sports cards. And the last national card show I went to had, I don't know the exact number, 5, 6, 7,000 tables in it. It was insane. And the actual numbers behind this, so the National Card Show in 2020 had 350,000 in square footage. That's how much space the card show occupied. The last card show had 650,000 square feet. The card show doubled in size. And if you've ever been to one of them, you would see, wow, okay, this thing is just getting bigger every single year. Once again, the point I'm trying to make is there's a lot of momentum behind sports cards. So put your money into something where there's momentum. Okay. Pretty simple. That's number one, the data, why you should start buying and selling sports cards. Number two, why cards are easy to flip. Okay. So there's this amazing thing in sports cards called grading. Okay. So let me explain to you a little bit of just how sports cards works. So sports cards come from packs and boxes. Okay. Now, the way all these cards come into existence is somebody opened up a pack or a box or they got into a break. There's a pretty big online company called Whatnot where people get into breaks, which is something I'll talk about later in the video. But people love to gamble. They love to open up these packs and boxes. And if you've ever done it, you probably know it's a losing proposition. So all these cards come into existence. Now, people like myself and others, what we do is we buy these cards, get them graded, and flip them for good. If they're in good condition, you'll get a card to grade a 10, and you can flip them in 2, 3, 4, 5 times your money. Just to give you a very basic example of how this works. So a 2024 Topps Chrome Shohei Ohtani refractor. This card, not graded, sells for about $25. and graded a PSA 10 sells for over $200. So the next question you're probably saying to yourself is, okay, well, it's probably really hard to grade a 10. Actually, it's not. So out of 377 of these cards sent to PSA while I'm speaking right now, 227 of them got a PSA 10. So 60% of the cards that uh, or 60% of this specific card sent into PSA got a 10. And you could buy it for $25. It costs about $20 to get the card graded, and a 10 is doing about $200. You do not need to be a mathematician to figure out, okay, well, that's probably a good deal, right? And that 60% number is just the average. Most people don't know what they're doing when it comes to buying and selling sports cards. So if you have a leg up and you have a little bit of a competitive advantage and you know actually how the market works a little bit and how to evaluate the condition of cards, you can get 70, 80, maybe even 90% of those cards to grade a 10. And you can make a lot of money because one of the biggest objections I hear why people don't buy and sell sports cards is because it's so hard to get a PSA 10. Well, that specific card, 60% of them get a 10. And there's very few businesses in this world where you could take an asset and within 1, 2, or 3 months, double, triple, or quadruple the value of it. Okay. That is the most basic way to get into sports cards. It's very low risk, it's very high reward, and it's very predictable. So, grading sports cards is a huge way to make money with sports cards, and it's awesome and it's very predictable. That's number two. Number three, I want to talk about oversaturation. Okay. So people come to me and they're like, oh my God, everybody's getting into sports cards. The market's oversaturated. And let me ask you a question. If you went to New York City, you probably see an Italian restaurant every block, maybe two every block. Does that mean there's no room for any more Italian restaurants? Of course not. That's ridiculous, right? If I show you how to make a successful Italian restaurant and I have a successful one on 3rd Street, can you not have one on 6th Street? Of course you could, right? There's so many mouths to feed. The demand is so high, it doesn't matter. You just need to be slightly better than average, and then you will do pretty well. And what oversaturation means, all that is it's just another word for high demand. So there's a lot of gyms. There's a lot of online offers where people help others lose weight. The reason there's thousands of these is because there's a lot of demand. If there's a lot of demand, it's a good place to get into because most people don't know what they're doing. Most people are average or below average. And if you're just a little above average and you put some effort into actually learning the industry, you can make some pretty good money. And just to give you an example, so some of you guys who are watching this might be a little bit familiar with digital marketing. So drop shipping and selling stuff on Amazon, people say that's saturated, and it is. It's kind of hard to make money doing that stuff. However, there's a lot of demand. But if you got into selling stuff on Amazon 10 years ago, it was a hell of a lot easier because there was still huge demand and there was still a ton of people selling stuff on Amazon, but there wasn't as much competition for people actually knowing what they're doing. So sports cards in 20, 30 years right now might be kind of hard to make money. I'm not sure. But right now, it's great to get into because most people don't know what they're doing. It's early in a market. And when you're early into a market, it's just inherently easier to make money because there's a lot of room for mistakes. Okay. So getting in early is huge. So there's a lot of demand, but in reality, going back to what I was talking about before, there's a lot of demand for opening up boxes and cases and breaking. There's not a lot of demand, and there's not a lot of people who actually know how to buy and sell sports cards profitably to make money on a consistent basis. Okay, so don't get that twisted. Just because there's a lot of people in sports cards doesn't mean there's a lot of people in sports cards actually making money. And I'll leave you guys off with this. So I boiled it down to 4 different reasons why most people fail when it comes to buying and selling sports cards. Reason number 1, people are just buying stuff that others don't want. People are buying bad products. There's certain types of sports cards and different types of brands and products that are good in liquid, and there's others that just aren't. So for example, baseball, Bowman Chrome is an amazing product to buy and sell. It's liquid, people want it, collectors want it. However, Leaf baseball and Flawless baseball aren't as good. They're not as liquid. They're not they're not licensed products. Okay. And because of that, they don't sell as well. That's number one. Number two, this is pretty simple. People just overpay. People don't know what they're doing. And this kind of goes back to what I was talking about before, where most people don't really know how to properly make money because it's newer. Sports cards is a newer way to make money. So people just will overpay for things. A card will be worth $200. They don't know how to properly look at the data, and they'll just buy cards for $300, $350. And a great example of this are auctions on Whatnot. These auctions on Whatnot, I see all the time that a card will be worth $10 and it'll get auctioned off for 40. And my head almost wants to pop off my shoulders. I'm like, how? Why? Like, why are you spending 4 times the amount this card's actually worth? It's just because people don't have the proper information, to be honest. Number three, this is something I talk about a lot, is timing. Okay. Timing the market is huge. So most young players fail. It's just how it goes. Look at the NFL this season. A lot of the young quarterbacks, like Caleb Williams, is doing okay as I'm speaking. Michael Penix is okay. Bo Nix, and not that great. JJ McCarthy, not that great. And Drake May is obviously playing very well. But all those guys besides Drake May are down in value. It's very hard to predict what young player is going to be good because most young players don't perform up to expectation. Interesting stat, first round NFL quarterbacks, 50% of them are out of the league within 5 years. So people just try and guess who the next great player is going to be when that's not what you should actually be doing. What you should be doing is buying low in the offseason and selling it before the season starts. And you could keep doing that every single season and turn it into a consistent pattern and a consistent cycle. Because right now, while I'm filming this video, it's November. Baseball's very low. I'm buying a bunch of it. I'm going to sell it in February, March, before the season starts in April. And that's very predictable. I'm taking the risk out of the player playing because most young guys just don't do well. It's just how it goes. So that's number three. And number four, when it comes to grading cards, just most people don't know how to properly evaluate the condition of the card. And because of it, people buy cards that are in bad condition and they'll send cards to PSA and these cards will get a 7, an 8, a 9. And being able to evaluate the condition of a card is a skill that will change your life. It sounds so simple and so silly, but it will change your life. It changed mine. It helped me pay for school. And just being able to evaluate the condition, looking at the corners, the edges, the centering, the surface, that is how to make money grading cards, because a card is only going to grade a 10, obviously, if it is in good condition. So those are the 4 reasons why people fail. And I'll leave you guys off with this, a closing statement. Normal people get normal results. Okay. It drives me crazy. It drives me nuts when someone will talk to me and they'll want to get into buying and selling sports cards. But for example, their wife is telling them, no, don't do that. I don't want you spending more money. And I'm not saying don't listen to your wife, right? I'm not trying to cause a divorce here. But what I am saying is you should only listen to people that have financially achieved where you want to or higher, right? I would never go to a barbecue and listen to my Uncle Bobby, who has a regular government job, if my goal is to work for myself and achieve financial freedom. I'm not trying to put anybody down, but it's crazy that people will take advice from others that aren't where they want to be. Okay. And just keep in mind, if you invest in sports cards or decide to start a garbage business or whatever you decide to do, that is something most people don't do. By definition, you are out of the ordinary. When you are out of the ordinary, right? Normal people, are going to make fun of you. They're going to say this doesn't work. It's just how life goes, right? It's a simple math equation. So only take advice or listen to people that are where you want to be or above. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. There's a free PDF down below of exactly what I'm talking about, laid out in step-by-step format. It's for you guys. It's free. Click the link in the description. Go and get it. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cool. Now we're on to the podcast. Sweet. My favorite part. This is episode number 100. It's crazy. 100 episodes. So you guys can start calling in to the phone number that's going to pop up on the screen right now. So I actually just got back from the Dallas Card Show. And, man, the Dallas Card Show, to me, it's nice because it's so big. But so many of the dealers are just so overpriced. And I get it. Like, that's how sports cards is. Like, most people are overpriced. But I'll tell you guys something funny. So I'll tell you two funny stories before I start to take these callers. Number one, I had a guy tell me, you can't make this up. I had a guy tell me that he doesn't go by comps. He goes by what he paid for the card. Can you imagine that? Like, let's say you have a card that's worth $300 and it sells for 300 all day, and you paid 500. In his head, that's where he's pricing the card. I'm like, what? How's that even possible? And I get it, his card, do what you want, but I thought that was funny. That was number one. The other funny one was and this is not me trying to make fun of people, by the way. It's your card, price how you want. But I had someone, so this guy, so you guys probably know I buy like high end vintage cards, right? It's something I consistently do. And this guy had all these nice vintage cards, Gaudy Ruths, Mantles, everything you'd want, right? And I say to him, hey, where are you at price wise on a lot of these cards? And I straight up told him, like, I'll pay you in cash what this card is worth, which is a great deal. If you have a 1933 Gaudy Babe Ruth card, and let's say that card sells for $5,000, if that card sells for $5,000 on eBay or Golden Auctions, you're incurring fees. I am willing to give this person $5,000 in cash. So you are netting 10% more than anywhere else, most likely. And this guy told me that his cards are only intended for the end user. The end user. So that's a roundabout way of saying that he's only selling cards to people that are willing to pay top premium overpay because they want it so bad because they're never going to sell it. And I told him that, like, I buy these vintage cards and I don't sell them. Like, I am the end user, but that doesn't mean I'm going to pay $7,000 for something that's worth 5,000. But I did. With that said, I did buy a bunch of nice cards. I bought I have a whole list of cards that I don't have on me. I think I'll have to go over it in the next podcast. But a bunch of random vintage stuff like Gowdy Gehrig, low end stuff. It was a little bit of a lower show for me. So yeah, that's kind of how it goes. But we'll start to take the callers. We'll give away we're in a giving mood today. We'll give away a free coffee to the first two callers. First two callers, take a free coffee. It's on us. By the way, this is bothering me how the mic color is not blue because we're like in the middle of changing mics, so we need to paint it. But first two callers, free Starbucks on your boy. Hopefully that helps you guys out just a little bit. And I'll answer some questions in the chat while we get this going. So let's see. Let's see what we got here. Good morning, Eric. Good morning, Eric. Have you ever been to the Toronto Card Show? Appreciate all your insight, advice. I have not, but I've heard it's pretty good. So I would go. I've heard through the grapevine. It's pretty solid. I just didn't. Oh, this is a good one. I'm attending my first card show. Any tips? Yeah, so if the card show is more of a local one, those are really good for buying. And bigger ones are usually better for selling. That's like my kind of very general advice. But what I do, like my strategy, I guess you can call it. I don't open my mouth until I know what I'm talking about. So let's say I'm looking at a table and there's a card of Francisco Lindor for $500, or it's worth 500. I look at the comps first and all the data before I start talking. And if there's no prices on a card, I don't know if you ever heard the expression that whoever speaks first loses. It's very true, because if there's no prices on a card, you don't know where someone's going to be. So make sure he tells you the price first, because you could have a card that's worth $500 and he might start the offering at 400 because he has it priced wrong, or maybe he's just being generous, but you might offer more than what he actually wants. So you're screwed when, a card's worth $500 and you decide to offer 450 and he's like, "Okay, deal." You left some money on the table. So, is it the phone? That wasn't the phone going off? Oh, I thought we just had our first caller. Did you end up getting the Ali? Oh yeah. I believe I did. Oh, I don't have it. I'm not logged into my eBay. But yes, I did. I could show you that card. Let me look it up. I did. I ended up paying Cassius Clay. Let me look this up. Yep, I did. This was your boy. I believe that's a safe asking me that question. Yeah, check this out. So I ended up buying this card. This is my sale. Oh, nope, not that one. This one. I thought I got a sick deal. I was pretty excited. This card sold. I don't know why. It sold for $4,000 less than the last one. And let's see, this card. Yeah, they're both well centered. This one's not as nice of a scan, I guess. It's not as nice of a picture. But yeah, I was super pumped. Like, look at all these other sales. I was able to get it for a super good price. So, yep, I ended up getting it for $12,433, and I now keep all my cards at the vault with alts. It just kind of goes right there, so I don't have to pay sales tax. By the way, you guys shy? Are you guys shy today? We're giving away a free coffee to the first two callers. Let's see. Hey, Mike. Eric Michael, but I'll take it. People do call me Mike all the time. Do you think the Shohei Topps Now card is worth grading? It's one with 10 Ks and 3 home runs. I don't know the card, but my strategy for grading, if you could at least double your money after fees, yes. But Topps Now is difficult to make money because there's just more and more and more in production. So it's not something I would buy, grade, and sell, to be honest with you. Just got here. Bummer I missed the beginning. Sorry. Good morning from Lakeland, Florida. And we got our first caller. We got our first free coffee to give out. Hey, what's up? You have Eric. You're live.
Good morning, Eric. Congratulations on the LA card. That was a sick deal.
Yeah, I was pumped. I think I bid. What I tell you I bid? I think I bid like up to 15,000 or something like that.
I'll tell you. I mean, like when you told me you did 16 or something, I mean, I thought that this thing is gonna go well between 22 and 25.
Well, thank God it didn't. Right? Maybe
Oh my God.
You know what? It's crazy because a card like that, like if it's auctioned at the wrong time, like if it's auctioned in the middle of the day, which it could have been, I can't look. I don't know when it was ending, but just not as many people are on eBay to pay attention. And also, I use Easy Sniper, so I just put in my bid and it bids in the last second automatically. So I never forget about cards. So that could have been a big reason. I don't know when it sold, like what time of the day, but yeah, I got an insane deal. That was cool.
Oh, that's an insane deal. And then 8 is very hard to come. Like I think Pop 29. Both the 7 and the 8s are Pop 29.
Yeah, I should probably, now that you're talking out loud, I should probably not like say what I'm bidding on and how much I bid because it's only going to drive up the price of the card. But maybe it's too expensive, so it saves me a little bit.
I was surprised that you told me, but anyway, I mean, there's not a lot of people on the market for that card.
Yeah, well, I'm a transparent guy.
Well, just to give you a heads up, I know a guy who works closely with the estate of Ali, and they are working and they are collaborating still like in the works. They're collaborating on a nice documentary that could drop on one of the streaming services.
Oh yeah.
And if that drops, I mean, you know what happened with The Last Dance and Jordan. And if that drops, I mean, these cards, this specific card can go really high. I mean, I'm in the works of getting the other rookie card, the oversized one. You know which one I'm talking about? The one where he has like a stance.
No. I gotta see. I'm not the expert on Ali cards, to be honest with you.
So there are two cards. This one is the true rookie from the Swedish journal for the Olympics in 1960.
Okay.
And there's another one that's a little bit oversized, and that card is more of like you know him in boxing stance and stuff like that. So that card, I forgot the name of the card actually, but that card is also pretty rare and hard to, and that card is not graded by PSA, so you'll find it only in SGC because PSA doesn't grade it for a reason or another.
Interesting.
And I'm in the works of getting an uncut sheet for that specific card that you bought.
Cool. Maybe us talking right now, we're pumping up the Ali market. We might get some. Eventually, It's gonna get to the point where it's gonna be like Eric is pumping up his own cards.
It's just not about pumping. It's
Yeah.
about this card specifically is really undervalued. I mean, who's a better boxer than Ali, and what's a better than a rookie card of him? I mean, like it's just
Yeah, I think that just the focus has always been on sports, like football, baseball, basketball specifically. I think a lot of boxing, hockey, soccer, like a lot of Messi and Ronaldo cards have jumped a lot, so that ship kind of sailed. But yeah, I think there's a lot of value in that stuff, like F1, all these like alternate sports, I guess you could call it.
Well, congratulations. And I wanted to ask you a question. I'm
Yep.
going to let you speak about it.
Yeah, go for
shill bidding. I mean, the market's been going crazy about, shill bidding and stuff like
Oh,
that.
yeah, of
So
course.
I wanted
Yep.
to know your thoughts on it.
Well,
it's
just.
I'm going to hang up and let you speak.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so
okay, thank you.
Sweet, safe. Thanks for calling in.
Bye-bye.
So if you guys don't know what shill bidding is, shill bidding is so what someone will do, they'll post a card to eBay, and then they'll go with another eBay account, maybe two, and start to bid on it. And it will drive up the price of the card. And what they're hoping is that some sucker will come in and bid because they think the card is worth more than it actually is, because the price is driven up by a fake eBay account because you can't see that. So this is something that's been going on since the beginning of time with eBay and sports cards. And what people do specifically, that I guess take it a notch further, this is really, I'm not famous, but it's very prevalent, like in July around the National Card Show. What people will do, they'll have a bunch of Mookie Betts cards. They're going to the National Card Show to sell them. What they will do is either A, start bidding up with their fake account, start bidding other ones up on eBay to drive up the prices, the ending auction sales, because on 130 point, you can't see if it was actually paid for or not. You just see the ending of the auction. So then at the National Card Show, a card that was worth 200 is now worth 300 according to looking online, and they'll show like, hey, look, this Mookie Betts card sold for $300 last. I'll give you mine for $280, when in reality, they're the ones that shill bid the card up. So there's a lot of that around the National Card Show. Like you'll see prices go wild. And then if you look, so I could actually show you guys, this is actually pretty helpful. Is there another caller copy? Okay. So if you go here and let's do let's do that example, right? Let's look at Mookie Betts. So if you go to eBay and you go to sold items, and let's go to this card. Oh wow, nice. I bought one of these for $1,000. The price is up, sick. So if you go here, if you click bids, eBay will show you who the winning bidder was, how much feedback they have. So this guy has 11 feedback. Maybe a real sale, maybe not. But if you see something with 0 feedback, most likely, or very low feedback like this, most likely it was shill bid. But if you see someone like this win the auction, he has 1,600 feedback, it's a real account. So like this was a real account that bid on it. This was a real account. This was probably a real account with 11 feedback. Usually you want to look for a 0, but that's how to detect shill bidding. But yes, it happens a lot during the National Card Show. Hopefully that answers your question, Mr. Safe. Hey, what's up? You have Eric. You are live.
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
What's up? What's your name?
Javier.
Javier. We have not spoke before, right?
No, we haven't. I actually just joined the program.
Oh, nice. Cool. Sorry, there's a lot of people that joined, so I don't see everyone's name, but it's nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too, man.
How may I assist?
Let's see. I just went to one of my first card shows yesterday, and I picked up a Suzuki out of 99 game-used memorabilia. And the patch on it, I picked it up because I thought I got a good deal on the card.
Okay.
But the patch is like not completely in the window of the card, if that makes sense. I did post a picture into the Academy page.
Let me see if I can log in. Let me see if I'm logged in on this computer. Let me see.
Okay.
Let me see. Your name's Javier on Facebook?
Yes.
Let me see if I can find it. And then, so are you asking me like if it was a good buy?
Well, yeah, I would say that I would think it was a good buy. I guess your opinion on that, but my main question is with the patch and the edge of the patch showing through that window, it's almost like they messed up when they glued the patch to the card.
Sure.
Does that devalue the
Nope.
patch at all?
Nope. So let me show the card just so the audience can see. This is the card Mr. Javier is talking about. So a few things. Have you been through all the videos in the program yet?
Just about 90%.
Okay.
Of the way through, so pretty close.
Okay. So number one, I see what you're talking about right here at the edge of the patch. It doesn't matter. No, nobody cares. No one. Okay. So not going to devalue the card. Number one. Number two, though, in terms of buying the card to make money, not the type of card you want to be buying to grade to make money. Number one, patch cards don't get a big premium when grading. And number two, more importantly, they're extremely hard to grade, right? If you look at this card, you see it's all colored. It's a thicker card because it's a patch card. When a card is thicker, the corners get damaged easier. And so, good player, but not really what you want to be buying. Right now, even if you got a good deal on it, to buy and grade, it's not something that I think will do that well. And how much did you pay for it?
I think we settled on 35.
Okay, so yeah, just overall, it's not a big deal. It's $30, but you want to be like, if I was buying right now, you're either buying Bowman Chrome prospects, so guys that have a high chance of getting called up this upcoming spring, like Justin Crawford, or man, I have a whole freaking list. Bryce Eldridge got called up already. Guys like that. Or you could buy like top stuff. Like this is like the stuff I just talked about this earlier in the video. But if you go to eBay and you type in like 2024 Ohtani Topps, whatever, Topps Chrome, this stuff is money. So what you could do is go to eBay, type in 2024 Ohtani Topps PSA 10, and just look at sold items to see what sells well. So let's find one. So let's say,
so I guess that could lead me into a second question.
Go for it.
A little bit.
Yep.
So I did actually pick up some Ohtani, but it's from that Project 70 that Topps did. So they have all the stickers in the mag cases.
Okay.
Would those be something worth cracking and sending in, or would it devalue the card too much to take it out of the mag case?
What's it? Well, let me look it up. What's it called?
Okay, so one is the Shohei Ohtani 70.
70.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, Project 70. It's numbered 437.
Okay. Okay. So this card, because it's sealed, it's in the case. You do not.
Yes.
You send it in directly like that. If it's in good condition, you don't take it out of the. Don't take it out, because when you take it out, PSA is gonna think to themselves, well, what's wrong with this card? Why is it taken out? So
Right.
yeah, keep it in there if it's in good condition.
Okay, because I know like they want everything in those in the one touches.
Yeah, not those. Keep those sealed.
Okay, awesome. So that leads me to that question.
Yep.
Awesome.
Any other questions? Any?
I think that about checks out.
Cool. Sick. Well, good luck in the program, man. One thing I could say is, one, watch all the videos, and two, make sure you're timing the market correctly and buying the right stuff, because you can do everything right, but if you're buying the wrong cards, no one's going to want them. You're not going to make any money, and then no good. So top stuff, like you could buy like top stuff of like Aaron Judge, Ohtani, 2023, 2024, 2025, and do perfectly fine.
Okay, sweet. So that's good news, because I have been picking up a few of those guys.
Yep, and I'll leave you off with this, and just make sure. I was just looking at this. Like this card, this random card I have on my page right now, this PSA 10 Topps Chrome Aqua Equinox, a 10 sells for $255, and raw does 135. So no good. You want to at least double your money after all fees. So if you're spending 135 on a card, you really need a PSA 10 to be worth at least 300.
Okay.
So keep that in mind.
Right, and you don't really want to be going under that 50%, right? I mean, it's fine to try to shoot for that triple, right? So
What do you mean 50%?
To really try to take a card under 50%, like it's just not even worth the shot if you can't double your money, right?
Yeah. You want to, yes. Bottom line, you want to at least double your money after fees, right? So if a card's worth $100, you're going to spend $20 to grade it, $10 to ship it. If you're into that card for 130, you need to net at least 260 as a 10. That's my rule.
Okay, awesome.
Sweet. Hopefully I helped out.
Definitely did, man. I'm definitely learning a lot in the program. I appreciate you.
Cool. Thanks, Javier. Thanks for calling in.
All right, no problem, man.
All right, bye-bye. I always feel like funny when people call in from the program, but it's like a free podcast. But I feel like sometimes it sounds scripted because they're all like, I'm learning so much. That's all positive. And I know all these freaking like influencers pay for reviews and all that stuff. But it's helpful for everybody. Hey, what's up? You have Eric. You're live.
Hey, what's up, Eric? How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. Who's calling?
This is Tom from the Mid-Atlantic.
Tom, Mid-Atlantic. What's up, Tom? How can I help?
I just had a quick question about do you have a threshold number for when you were shipping out cards? Let's say, okay, here's an example. So I pulled a Micro Mosaic the other day, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna sell it in my store. Most of the stuff I've been selling, because I just kind of dipped my toes back into this pool recently, has been like under $100. This particular card is worth more than that, probably about 150 or 200. What would be your what would you use for shipping? I mean, I'm using USPS, but like what type of shipping would you insure it? Would you not? And what would be like a fair shipping fee for it, rather than, because I know these people are probably going to want it insured or possibly.
How much is the card? How much is the card worth?
Probably worth $150.
Okay. So you want my advice? You want my advice? And this is going to be the last thing you expect me to say.
Okay.
So I do not insure barely anything unless it's really, really expensive. $150 is, so one, you could ship it USPS. What's it called? Bubble mailer. I use a bubble mailer and just flat rate. I think it's like, it should be like $4 to $6 depending on where you send it. Putting it in a bubble mailer, like flat rate bubble mailer envelope. I forget exactly what it's called, but the way, like, over the long run, you are most likely you're costing yourself money by using insurance. So the only cards, so I've probably had about because of the mail getting lost, about $1,500 in cards lost, maybe $2,000 in that range. If I used insurance on every single package, that would have cost me at least over 20 grand. Because the way insurance companies make money is they know the odds of them losing that thing is less than how much you're paying them.
Right,
so
yeah, I get that.
Now, because I don't want to be liable for you losing money, I'm going to say use insurance. I'm going to tell, like, my advice to you is use insurance, but I'm telling you, I do not personally, unless the package is like 10 grand plus. I really don't, because the odds, it's a math game, insurance. So I don't, and using, it should be like $4 to $6 shipping, maybe $8 if you want to use the priority flat rate box, which will protect it pretty nice. But 99.9% of things get there, and once it gets check mark delivered, you're not liable anymore. So like, even if it gets lost after they dropped it off on their porch, you're not liable.
Yeah, I'm more leaning towards, like, the reason I'm asking this question it's not really that I'm worried about it getting lost. It's more so, what are these people expecting? Like, when I charge $7 or $8 for shipping, if I don't insure it, they're gonna be like, this seller's kind of like.
Well, $7 is not insuring anything for shipping. It's gonna cost you like, I don't know, like $20 to ship the whole package. They'll be way more pissed off if it's packaged like shit.
Okay, so what do you? I'm shipping it to you, for example. Say you bought the card. What do you want it in? I mean,
So what I
honestly,
do, and this is not, I'm not the expert packager. Okay, so people have gotten pissed off at me for packaging before, but so I put it in a small bubble mailer, right? Then I put the card in a bigger bubble mailer. I wrap that around 2 or 3 times so it's protected. Then I take that bigger bubble mailer and stick it into another bubble mailer. So it's in like 3 bubble mailers that get a little bit bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you want to put cardboard tape to the card.
yeah, I've got that stuff. The card protectors, and I've got the shell mailers and the unbendable things and all that. I was kind of curious about. You want it in a top loader in a sleeve, or do you want it in a sleeve in a one touch?
Sleeve.
Or do you want it in a magnet case?
No. Sleeve, top loader, cardboard on each side of it taped, small bubble mailer, bigger bubble mailer, then it goes into a regular size bubble mailer, and that's how I do it.
That's what I was leaning to or toward in the beginning. So I just wanted to confirm it before I put it up. But I appreciate you, and I'm sure that wasn't like a super content creator for you, but
Yeah, it's okay.
It certainly helped me out.
It's about helping.
Yeah, I appreciate what you do, man. Keep it going.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate you calling in.
All right, be good.
All right,
Thanks.
see ya. Bye. Interesting question. How do you? These are things people don't think about. I also use pirateship.com to ship stuff. It keeps track of all your shipments, all that good stuff. Hey, what's up? You have Eric. You are live.
Hey, Eric, it's Anthony, New York. How are you?
What's up, Anthony? How may I help?
2 quick questions. So the first one, when we talk about prospects for Major League Baseball, thoughts on this new guy that you're talking about? This from Japan, this Muraki. I think his name is Murakami. Have you heard about him? There's been a lot of discussion about him the last couple of days.
How do you spell his last name?
Murakami. They said, I guess teams have 15 days to sign this guy, and he's like a monster.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't. It's kind of like buying a new product that's just so hyped and so high. Personally, I wouldn't.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if he's the next coming of Ohtani, this guy, the way they were talking about him.
It could be, but I just don't buy things while they're high. I buy them while they're low. So, and also, I don't even know if he has any cards yet as well.
Yeah, there's cards out there. There's Bowman cards.
Oh, there are?
Tops. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, personally, let me see here. Yeah, he has cards, but like it's just gonna be so high. It's probably not worth it. I could look it up though. Let me see. Murakami. M-U-R. Let's see. Murakami.
Yeah, it's his last name.
Yeah, I don't see any cards, but generally speaking, I wouldn't, to be honest.
Okay. The other question I was going to have is, you mentioned, when you want to put a card out on eBay. So if I got a card, let's say I know is, I don't know, $100, right?
Yep.
I put it out there, and you suggest I put the bidding out there for, $1. Don't mark it high, put it low, and see where it goes at that point. But do you risk it? Let's say, you're putting it out there for, let's say, 6 days, and then the highest bid you got is $25, and now you're kind of screwed, and now you have to sell for $25 when you know it's worth more. But that doesn't happen.
That rarely happens. So maybe if you're auctioning the card off at like 2 a.m. on a Tuesday, maybe it'll happen. But no, a card will sell for what it sells for, of what it's worth.
Yes. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for the time to send those questions for you. Appreciate it.
Sweet. Thank you.
Take care.
All right. Bye-bye. Yep. As you can imagine, all Japanese guys are hyped now because of Ohtani. And also just Japan's getting more into sports cards as well. They have a lot of money. Hey, what's up? You have Eric. You are live.
Hey, Eric. How's it going?
What's up? Who's speaking? We've talked before, right?
Yeah. Adam.
Adam. Yes, Adam. Sorry, I'm bad with names. But what's up, Adam? How can I help?
Sure. Hey, so I was trying to get some information on what you do for like on-card autos. So I bought 3 Savage on-card autos autos, and I've seen people just authenticate them, get just the auto in the actual grade or just the grade. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to see your perspective. Yeah.
Yeah. So my perspective, I don't buy them because they're harder to move. They're a little bit less liquid in my experience. So that's the first thing. But what I would do if I had it is it's just you want 100% you need to authenticate it, or else no one's gonna believe it's real. But you just need to. What was I gonna say? You need to get. You gotta if it's in great condition, you gotta get it graded. So like you have the option of just grading just the auto or just getting it authenticated, or if the card's in good condition, you could also grade the condition of the card and the auto. Generally speaking, like I said, I don't buy them for that because they're just less liquid, but it just depends on the condition of the card.
Okay, yeah, and the only reason I bought them was it was like just crazy how low this guy had it, and it was right after that World Series game, so I was like, shoot, I'll take a chance.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you just want to make sure it's real. But that's why you need to authenticate it. But yeah, I generally stay away, to be honest. So I may not be the expert on that.
Okay. And then if you don't mind, I have this Lou Brock card that I just bought, and I was just watching a Whatnot stream. I don't know. I was bored, and these guys, like everybody, wasn't bidding on these vintage cars, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. And I got a good deal for this 1962 Lou Brock, but I'm wondering if that's a card I should just flip and take the profit now, because I mean, I don't know how much it'll go up.
Is it graded?
Yeah, PSA 7 or 6.
Oh
maybe.
Yeah. 6 or 7.
I think it's 6. It's the one that the last sale is like 5 something. 5.
Is it? What'd you pay on it?
$348.
So
after fees.
Yeah, so I would sell that card ASAP. So if you look here, this card usually sells for like the last sale is really high at so the last sale is actually, according to this, $448.
Okay.
But there were sales. These cards just sell depending on the condition. So if a PSA 3 that looks great and has great eye appeal could sell for $300, and then another one could sell for $200 that looks crappier. But I would definitely. So it depends on if your card is like beat up and the coloring stinks. That could be why you got a good deal, or you think you got a good deal when that's actually what the card's worth. Yeah, vintage gets tricky, but I would sell it ASAP to answer your question. You don't. It might go up, might not. Who knows?
All right, sweet.
Cool. Any other questions?
Awesome. No, that's it for right now, man.
Sweet.
It's great talking to you again.
Sweet. You too, Adam. Thank you. You too. Yeah, vintage gets tricky, man. Vintage could be a tricky game. And you could lose a lot of money. A lot of money. There's a lot of variables. Oh, we're waiting for our next caller. And next caller's not answering back. We're giving away the Caitlin Clark. Our next one. Maybe next one. We're going to give away a card, but we'll do it in the next one. Yep. Well, call's not answering. So the queue is open now. 813-618-2075. I'll answer some questions in the chat, but I'm sure it's going to get cut off by a caller. Felipe, have you ever had an issue with receiving your cards back from PSA dirty inside? Yes, I have, and you have to send it back, and it takes weeks, and then it's a pain in the ass, and there's just nothing you can do about it, right? What are you going to do, sue them? So, yes, it has happened. Doesn't happen too often, and unfortunately, I don't have a good answer for you. Send it back, and it's just going to take, like, probably over a month. Are eBay auctions actually worth it? Most of the auctions I've seen go way above what is cheap enough to make a profit. Is this normal? So you're probably looking at the wrong card. you're probably looking at the wrong cards, I would imagine. And then also, I love auctions. Auctions are my best friend. Um, and if a card's in, so you could have a card like a Silver Prism Jaden Daniels sell for $300 and another one $250, even though it's the same card not graded, because people aren't stupid. They'll pay a little bit more for cards in better condition. So that could be what you're seeing, like especially Pokemon. It happens a lot. Like, I don't think auctions are great with Pokemon when you're buying, grading, and selling, because a lot of the Pokemon stuff will just sell for like 40% more than it should, because it's in good condition and people could grade it. But if you could offer and go back and forth with people, a lot of times you can get much better of a deal, in my experience. What do I need to do to try for the Caitlin? Next podcast, I will let you know what to do. We'll give it away the next one. What's up, Walter?
Hey, Eric. Hey, you know already, huh?
That's right.
27.
I got a good memory. It definitely did not say it on the caller ID.
Hey, I just have a quick question for
Sure.
you. So if I have a card, let's say the card is $100 raw,
Yep.
right? But there is numbered to 75. There is no tens, right? There's only 2 9s and like 3 8s. Now mine is one of the 8s.
Yep.
I hate having an 8, but the fact that there's no tens, does that mean something? Like is the 8 is really gonna be low, or is my 8 is technically like a 9?
Nah. Your 8's definitely not a 9. Your 8 is an 8, unfortunately.
I'm just trying to,
Yep.
since there's no tens.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just if you had a 10, it would be worth more than a usual 10, because the population of it is 1. But no, unfortunately, I don't have a good answer for you. Unfortunately, your 8 is just worth what it is, and it's an 8.
Man, it's my first 8, man. I got nothing but 9s and 10s, and I just got my first 8.
Yeah, it stings, man. It stings.
Yeah, it is a good card, so I was trying to, get a grade, and one of the Thompson's brother, rookie ticket on card auto.
Yep.
So,
been there. Been there too many times.
All right, man. That's all I got. Again, thank you for everything you do.
Thanks, Walter.
I've been having this rolling, man.
Cool. Thanks, Walter. Bye-bye.
All right. See you.
See ya. I was going to pick up. Someone else just called. I have a lot of frequent callers. That's good. Must mean I give decent answers to questions.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, what's up? Who's calling here?
This is Matt from Grand Junction. I've been in the comments a little bit.
Yep. I saw you saying something along the lines of how you have no card shows.
Dude, it's ridiculous.
There's
from Denver all the way to Salt Lake City and down to Albuquerque. There's nothing. There's not even local shows.
You could be right, but I think you're wrong. Let's go look.
I've looked as much as I could. I could be wrong. I don't know, but that wasn't really why I was calling. But as we talk, we can check it out. There's a guy in town that I've been buying some cards from. He's just this old guy that has like 400,000, 500,000 cards, tons of memorabilia, and he just sells. The thing is, he's sitting on a bunch of like 50s and 60s baseball cards, and I'm just wondering, is there any way that you would approach somebody that is kind of not wanting to sell, but they would? Like, how? I don't know what to look for with those cards either.
Well, is he selling them?
I mean, he sells everything. The thing is, he's like, these I don't know if I want to sell yet, and this and that. And I'm just not sure how to approach him without like being like, dude, these are worth a lot of money, you know?
So you want me to give you like a script as to what to say?
Just like, how would you approach it, at least to get to plant the seed? Because he has so many cards, I'll be seeing him more, you know? I don't even know what to talk about with those cards. I have no idea.
Well, if you don't know what you're doing with those cards, that's a whole nother conversation. But money talks, man. Just hey, let me give you a good example. So there was a guy This is a different example. Do you know who School of Hard Knocks is?
Yeah.
Okay. So they have a coaching program where they teach people how to make money or teach people how to like get better with content, whatever. I usually don't join coaching programs. I just pay the person who's in charge for a few hours of their time. And so I said to the sales guy, I was like, "Hey, no interest in your program, but I want to pay Miss James is his name. I want to pay him for an hour of his time to pick his brain." And they were like, "Hey, we don't do that." I was like, "Well, yeah, you do. There's a price on everything, right? For $1 million for his hour, he would do it. So what's the price?" He wouldn't tell me it, and I just kept haggling him. I was like, "Dude, there's a price. Just tell me what it is, and if we can do it, we'll do it." And he said it was $5,000 for the hour, and I ended up saying, "I'll give you 3." And he said yes, and I spoke with him, and he helped me out a lot. So
Yeah, that's the thing is I don't want to bring up price at all first, like you say, but he's like, this guy knows what he's doing. And he doesn't want to talk about it either. So it's like we're at that rock and a hard place.
yeah, I would just yeah, if he won't bring it up, I would say what I said. There's a price on everything. Just
Yeah.
I'm curious and like kind of don't come off too salesy or like too like high pressure. Just be like, even if you're high, it's no big deal. I'm just curious, what is the price? Because I'm sure if someone offered you $1 million for all this, you would sell it, get him to agree, and then he might open up for price. A classic sales, sales tactic, I guess you can call it, that like our sales team uses a lot is
Mhm.
someone who might be interested in joining the program might say, "Yeah, it's too expensive," right? People might say that. And if you say to someone, "Well, it's not that it's too expensive, it's just that you don't see the value," right? If I pulled up to your house right now and said, "Give me $5,000 for this brand new Ferrari," you would do it. Of course you would, right? Anybody
Yeah,
would.
you have to build value. You have to put it in their hands and have them see it in their own life.
Yeah. So, point I'm trying to make is there's a price and everything. Just
Okay.
do what I just said and see if that works. It might work, it might not. If not, you'll have to offer first.
Yeah, I'll just do my best to plant the seed. I was just wondering if there was any specific way that you've approached it in the past. And then, like, is there any cards if he brings them out to have me look at them? Is there any cards I should be looking for? A
Oh
few
man.
names.
I mean, just exact Mantle, Ruth, Clemente, just all the names you would think. I would just chat
Okay.
GBT it. Take that question and chat GBT it. It'll give you a whole list of
Okay. Okay.
names.
Okay. And then one last thing. So
Sure.
for his like he's got a lot of collectibles and signed stuff and just a whole bunch of things like that. Would you recommend at all? Is there any liquidity in buying any like memorabilia or anything?
Yeah, I'm not the expert on it. I'd
Okay.
rather put your money in the cards because that you can get graded
Yeah.
in, right? And like double, triple, quadruple the value of it. Of course, there's value in it. Of course, that stuff's worth it. But is it authenticated? And even so, if it is, PSA might not authenticate it or whatever company you send it
Yeah.
to, and then you're kind of stuck. So, of course, there is. I stick to what I know, and I think there's more money in cards. So, I would stay away if you
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you can put your money
I
in the
know you
cards.
know money, so I know you know money, so it doesn't matter what it is. So I figured if there was liquidity, you would know about it. You'd be like, dude, yeah, buy it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So
yeah. Of course, there's
I
liquidity, but I would stick to the cards.
okay, okay, okay. Sounds good, brother. I think that's it. I really appreciate you doing all these live streams. It's helped me out. I just got in like a week and a half ago, and I'm about to send in I think my first 10. So
Sick.
pretty excited.
Cool, dude. Thanks for calling in. Good luck. Keep me updated. Let me know how it goes. Call in next week.
Yeah, I will. And I'm a business owner, so I'm not looking for right now money, man. I'm excited for the future money and just the residuals. That's where it all is.
Sick. Yeah, yeah, cool. So yeah, you have it going in with a good mindset, as you know from business. That's step one.
Absolutely. Well, you take it easy and have fun. Have a great day, man. I appreciate it.
Thanks, bro. You too.
Hey, bye.
He'll do well. You could tell. You could always tell. Just boom. Yep, they understand it. Is that it? Cool. We'll wrap that up. Partly because I have to go to the bathroom really, really bad. There's a free PDF down below. Link in the description. Get it. It's free. It's high value. I promise. That's what I talked about earlier. We do this Monday, Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern. Episode number 100. Thank you so much for being with us through this whole ride. We'll keep doing it. I like to help people. You guys seem to like to call in, and it seems like this gets a lot of good feedback. So I will continue. Go get that PDF. Like, comment,